This is the olive press, and in the season, in October, November, we are using this olive press. This is a vat specially made for the olives, and in the season, as I told you before, we put the olives here together with the pits, because in an olive we have a third oil, a third water, and a third pulp. So we need to crush everything to get the oil. Now, how do we crush the olives? With the help of this millstone. This is a millstone. It's written in the New Testament about millstone. It's not very heavy, just about 500 kilos. And you know, the donkey is here in the season, and the donkey needs to go around and around and around. Because the donkey is not here, I will be the donkey for you. Oh. And he's going around, as I told you, with this millstone. Wow. For about 2 hours. It's not easy when the vat is empty, but when the vat is full with pits and with olives, it's difficult, you know, to run over this millstone. And what we'll have here after about 2 hours, just a very dirty cream and a very oily one. It's amazing, you know, in the season when you will take this cream and you will put on your hands and you will show the hands will be full with oil. And it's amazing. Now, according to the Jewish tradition, we need to take all this pulp and we need to put this pulp inside of some baskets, and we need to press the baskets 3 times. Why 3 times? You'll understand in a minute. I will move over there, so please follow me. This is a basket. They had the same size of the baskets in the 1st century, and they put all that cream inside of this basket, which will become like a wheel of a car. We have a hole here because we need to put all the baskets like I'm showing to you right now, and we need to have the oil through this hole. Now all these baskets, which means about 10 to 12 baskets we need to take from there, we need to put these baskets over here because you have a hole, and under the hole you have a vat. The same thing, it's over there, you can see it. And first pressing, you remember I told you 3 times. First pressing is by letting the baskets press itself. This was the purest oil. This was the expensive oil. This was, you know, the holiest one. And because of this, this was for God. They went to the temple with this oil and they light the minaret, the menorah, with this oil. The second and the third press was with the help of this wooden press. This is a replica, but it's exactly like they had in the 1st century. As you can see here, we have 3 stones. Each stone is about 800 kilos. Now, in order to press the baskets over here, you remember 10 to 12 baskets, I said, one on the top of the other one. In order to press these baskets with this wooden thing, we need to release the ropes from there, and then we need to lift up the stones. For the second press, just 1 stone. How they lift up the stones, as you can see, we have here sticks, we have holes, and we put in each hole a stick like I'm doing right now. Another one here. And then, by lifting up this stone, all the press will bow, and with this wooden thing, we'll press the baskets over here. Now with a pressure of about 800 kilos. The second oil, because we used something human, it's not good for God anymore. So I need to explain. In Jewish tradition, if we use something human like a stone, you know, for his things, that thing is not good for God anymore. It's a spoiled one. So for this reason, for the second press, because they used already a stone, the second oil, it's not good for God, it's good for man. They cooked with this oil, and also they made perfume for ladies in the 1st century. Now the third press, which was the last one, was with the help of 3 of the stones, which means about 800, another 800, and another 800 kilos, about 2.5 tons. For the same baskets, 10 to 12 baskets. Now the third oil was the dirty one. You know why? Because a lot of pieces from the baskets were inside of the oil. And after the third press, they couldn't use the baskets anymore. Now imagine such a pressure of those 10 to 12 baskets. Because the oil was a dirty one, it was not good for God, it was not good for men, it was good for surroundings. What they did with this oil, they light their lamps in their homes. This is the size of the lamps which they used in the 1st century. And also, they made soap for laundry with this third press. One more thing, which is the most important one. You know, in Hebrew language, every name has a meaning. My name, Daniel, means God has judged already. So when we put names to our children, we put names according to the circumstances from our lives. Now remember, Jesus entered into a garden in Jerusalem before he was crucified. The name for this garden in English language is Gethsemane, but in Hebrew language is Gad Shmanim. If we translate this name, it means the oil press. When Jesus entered into this garden, he entered actually into the oil press. Now this is amazing because maybe you remember this passage from the New Testament which says that he was sweating blood. And also you remember his prayer. I will tell you this prayer with my words, but the same idea. He said something like this: Father, if it's possible, take this from me because I cannot stand it. Why he said those words? Because he felt like a millstone was above him, and this millstone was crushing over there. You know what we are doing with the millstone over the olives? We are crushing the olives. You know what is written in Isaiah 53 about Messiah? He was crushed for our sins. So this is amazing. We know that Jesus suffered a lot for us even before he was crucified, and he did this just for us, just because he loved us. So for this reason, after I realized this, I start to live my life more carefully, and I would like to challenge you to do the same.